Hello everyone, I'm gonna do a quick recap on GBPUSD and the trade I took for this week, which worked out to the T, worked out great. And I'm gonna show you as to the reasonings behind and my confluences and indicators behind the trade. Before we do all that, I want to jump on the higher time frames like the daily, and I just want to show you guys. So I've marked out my solstices and equinoxes, which are the planetary movements I do use and incorporate into my trading that many of you might have seen. You can see that since that March 22nd area, we have created the high that we've never revisited, and I would say we are in a bearish market from that point in time up until now. So I was looking at taking a trade from around this area right here, and I'm going to show you as we go down in time frames what happened in that area there. So going down onto something like the 2 hour time frame, what I want to point out firstly is we do have that Lunar angle Gann fan that I do use, and we've got that 45-degree angle, which is the line right there. So below that point, I'm seeing it as a downtrend, a very strong downtrend. However, these angles right there are still going to hold as very key angles for me. And as you can see, they did react at this point and at this point, which is actually where I took the trades from there down into here. Another thing I want to point out is my average volume line, which is that blue line that looks like a moving average right there, where it's the average of volume over time in this area, and you can see how that also lines up for me there. So now going down onto something like the hourly time frame, I want to show you what I saw there. So I had a key supply area within this area right here, and I did actually recognize that we might have a bit of liquidity that's going to be lying above. So as we were climbing up into this area, I wanted to watch this zone from a smaller time frame perspective to see when this reversal is going to happen and catch it. So I went down to something as small as the 5 minute even, and let's go back into this area right there. And now what I want to use is actually just market structure to just try and determine when the market is truly shifting for me. And if you want to look at it, we've got these higher lows along the way, and we've got these higher highs. And you can notice at this point how this low was broken right there, and we created a lower high right there. And then the market's pretty much created another minor supply area on a 5 minute time frame within the bigger supply area. So then I looked at the market from this point of view right here when we came back into this area right here. So that was where I entered my trade in order to try and catch this short move that was expected to happen. And as you can see, why I was targeting that area down there. So let's go back onto something like the 2 hourly time frame. And let's look in this zone now. So if you look at it, I pretty much looked at taking the trade from here. And where was I targeting? So I had multiple confluences as to where the market might stop. And if you look and pay attention, what do we have? We've got our angle, firstly, in this area. We've got our average volume in this area. And then last up, what we do have is a nice area of demand that we can see just within this whole zone right here. So that was all confluences as to why the actual price might come down and stop right there. And as you can see, we came down precisely to the T, stopped in this zone before starting our move back up. Now fundamentally, the US has weakened a bit. We have seen some slight decrease in strength in the DXY, which is why the USD has been losing strength across multiple pairs. And what I'm looking at the moment is that 45-degree angle right there, which also does line up with some sort of an area for me of supply, which is this whole area right here. So that's kind of where I'm looking at for the GBPUSD to head to next. If it does go up into this area, I'll reassess it. However, I just wanted to show you my reasoning behind that short trade that I took. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Catch you next time.